is the resolve and the strength of purpose that they see. Sometimes these are challenges which have troubled us for a long time. A very, very good example of that, actually bad example of that, is terrorism. But it's not only us. The rest of the world also compares. How did we react in 26/11? And how did we react in Uri and Balakot? They see the difference. Or you take today, what is happening in our northern borders with China. Don't forget, this happened, when our lockdown had just started. We were in the middle, all of us, completely preoccupied with the COVID challenge. So, please appreciate the enormity of what Prime Minister Modi did. To deploy the Indian forces at these great heights in very difficult conditions, in the middle of COVID, and then, take this challenge head on. I can tell you, entire world has taken note of it. Entire world has not only taken note of it, they've also taken note of the fact that since then, we have stood firm. Our diplomacy has backed up our deployment. We have made very, very clear that, until there is a resolution of this issue, that our relations with China will not be normal. And that kind of, I would say, resolve and determination, the world takes note of. The world takes note of because not only have many countries not been able to display that, but we ourselves perhaps were not so determined and so effective in the way. Because, we have sent soldiers before. It's not just a question of sending soldiers to the front. We have also had occasions when we sent them unprepared. And we saw the results of that. This time around, whoever has been sent has been fully, I would say, equipped, supported, ensured that they are able to stay at that level. There are challenges, especially of infrastructure, because for many years that was neglected. But even there, actually, if you look at the last 8 years after 2014, our roads in the northern areas have doubled. Our tunneling has tripled. Our infrastructure budget has gone up 4.5 times, almost 5 times. So there are people, who today maintain, these factors, infrastructure, these economic things, they don't matter. Let me tell you, they matter to the soldiers on the field. Because if we don't provide them infrastructure, we are not doing justice to them. When we say we should not build infrastructure because the Chinese will then come and use it. Now, look at what the consequences was for our own soldiers. So, today, people note that difference. They note today that this is a much more resolute government. It's a more assured government. And it's not just, on our borders. You all know how much pressure we came on in respect of the oil issue. Buying oil at a time when the global markets were very different. Now, the bottom line was we stood our ground. We ensured that the Indian consumer came first, that, we were able to explain to the rest of the world, saying these are our compulsions, and you please understand it the way we understand your compulsions. So this is a very different India that the world is saying. And, I gave you that as an example. I'll give you a very different example. Many of you would have heard of this mechanism called Quad. Quad is something we set up with US, Japan. This time around, the Quad was set up in 2017. 2017 at Foreign Secretaries level, 2019 at Foreign Ministers level, and from 2021, Prime Minister, it is at a summit level. Now, many of you may not know. The Quad was initially set up in 2007. And then, one country put pressure. You can guess which one. And we backed down. That is the difference between 2007 and 2017.
Please subscribe to Nationalist Hub English channel for more interesting videos. And don't forget to like and share this video. Nationalist Hub, it's a news revolution.